Hi and welcome back to the abandoned house review with FindersBeepers History Seekers. So Italy is here, and you know what? This trip was brilliant. I absolutely loved it, apart from one thing, and if you know anything about the channel, you already know what that one thing is. So, the first day, I set off with big plans of doing loads and loads of explores, and the first one I got to didn't exist. I'd for some reason made up a location. I don't know how I'd done it. So then I went on to this next one, and this next one is this villa, which was absolutely wonderful. Now, I've only walked through two of the rooms, and I'm shocked as well, because I've seen somebody else come here. And when they came, this place looked so much different. Now, when I first got to the villa, I was a little bit disappointed. I'm not going to lie, I kind of was. I walked in and there was stuff everywhere that had been smashed up, thrown round, like pulled over. I thought, oh no, I'd heard so many good things about this place. But as I started to look round, I started to fall in love with the place. I really did. Some of the artwork, the ceilings, the fireplace, it was absolutely wonderful. Underneath all the rubble of stuff just thrown about. Now, I know for a fact Abandoned World Explorer has been to this same location. And I've still not seen his video, but from what I've been told, when he went, stuff was just all neatly put up, and it was in a lot better condition than when I went. But in a way, I kind of liked it. Not because things have been ruined, but because it sort of made me... I think when things are set out perfectly in a certain way, you tend to look at it as a whole and go, ooh, that's nice. When things are sort of all over the place, you kind of look at things individually and you go, oh, look at this, look at that, look at this, look at the ceiling. Not as one big room, this is amazing. It's like individual stuff. And I like that. You know that I like that. You know that I like picking through the bits and finding interesting stuff. And there was plenty of that. Oh, look. Oh my God, these would have been sixes. If you ever played Conkers, you'll know what I'm on about. I used to love playing Conkers when I was a kid. And they are rock hard. There is no they were the best. Those ones that were that shape, they would smash your opponent's conker to smithereens. And that is like a rock. Wow. I don't think people in America and Australia play conkers. Right, to explain what conkers is, if you don't know, you got a conker, which is a horse chestnut. You put a piece of string through it, and then you hit it almost like a mace. Is it a mace? When it's like something on a string and you hit the other one, you smash it on the other one. And whoever's conker came off first lost. And if yours stayed on, then you'd play someone else with yours. And once you'd beaten someone, it was like a oneer, a twoer, a threer, until you got up to like a sixer and you were like, oh my God, I've got a sixer. It was so good. I proper loved conkers. And it's just been destroyed by namby-pamby idiots. Now, a couple of the items in there really, it made me be like, oh, wow. Like conkers took me back to my childhood. Things like the football book, World Cup 90, when I was 10 years old. My first ever football tournament that I was really interested in. What else as well? Obviously the wig. The wig that I made no comment over on purpose, just to see what the comments would be. And people were like, he's not even like reacted to it at all. I just thought it'd be funny. So there was just so many little items in there that I enjoyed looking at, and a lot of them took me back to my childhood. Somebody said that conkers is like pogs. Pogs is like little cardboard things that you throw at each other. It's not like conkers at all. Conkers, it's on a string. You have like literally, I think I've got some. So yeah, you'd literally get some string like this. You'd cut a bit off, and you'd tie your conker on, and usually you used to measure it up to your elbow there, so you knew it was right. You'd wrap it around your fingers, and then you get it on the back of your thumb like that, and you go thwack like that, and hit the other conker. You'd have to make sure it was the right length, because if it was too long, you'd miss. If it was too short, you'd miss. So you've got to get it just right on a nice strong piece of string, and go bang like that. And if you didn't get it quite right, you'd hit the other people on the knuckles so hard, and it would make you bleed. And this is probably why they banned it in the UK. I know some places in the UK still do it. Actually, I was really shocked the other day, because Freddie said to me, "Oh yeah, I was playing in the playground." I said, "Oh, what were you playing?" And he said, "British Bulldog." I was like, "What? You're still allowed to play British Bulldog?" Because they banned that just after I left school. People weren't allowed to play British Bulldog anymore, where you sort of run. Although I think we probably had a lot more violent version of British Bulldog to everybody else. So if you don't know what that is, basically you got one person stood in the middle, and everybody else had to try and run past that person and get to the opposite wall or the opposite line without getting caught. Now, I reckon they just do it where you go, "Oh, I've tigged you, you're out, you're on the other team now." Whereas when we did it, you had to either lift them above your head or pin them to the floor. And I know people did it where you had to like wrestle them to the floor and stuff like that. So it was a bit dangerous when we did it, and conkers I suppose is the same. But so what? None of us, I don't know one person growing up that died of conkers. Imagine having that on your gravestone. Little Timmy Simpson died of conkers. It's just not going to happen, is it? Why do people stop kids being kids these days? It's ridiculous. Look at all the things on the wall. And some of them aren't paintings. And they're a bit odd. Look, that's not like a normal shape. That's a triangle. Now with this one, there was quite a few comments about noises. And this one, I will 100% say, I'm pretty sure I know what it was. So a couple of fields down, like I mentioned in the video, there was a school there. Now a couple of fields down, there was the school field, and they were playing football. So if you heard any whistles, any kids talking or laughing, it was probably from that. Now, I'm not going to write off every single noise in there because you just don't know, but I think the majority of them were people outside. So, sorry, Mr. Ghost Huntery type people, it probably were just the kids on the field outside. Look, MCD. MCD. What's MCD now? Yeah, look, that's better, look. In fact, let's zoom out a bit. That's better, look. Look at that. I'm thinking again about that. That's 1400, isn't it? I'm being thick. D is 500, M is 1000, and C before the D makes it 1400. Before they come and shout at me, what's that say? Yeah, look, that says MCD as well. Unless it's someone's initials, but I can't see that it is. Zona Singito. Zona Singito. Now, after a bit of research, I did find out that the building was built in 1400, so that did make sense. I think it was knocked down partially and rebuilt as well, so a lot of the building had changed over time. So the MCD did make sense for 1400. However, a couple of you had different ideas of what that could be. It was the house, not the house as in the building, as in the house as in the family, people thought. In fact, I've got one comment here. MCD is a part of the Masonic Templars Code. Now, I did see a lot of Templar crosses. They're like, almost, I don't know, like French-looking crosses. I saw those a lot while I was in Italy. But anyway, all have hidden meaning of the 32 degrees royal house. MCD McDonald's is an area, zone. Sigito has ties with Massachusetts and Cincinnati Freemasons from the 1700s. Also started from the Scottish Rite, George Mackay, 1700s. Sorry, secrets must remain behind closed doors, but some found and revealed down that rabbit hole. So, I've got a bit of a Mason who actually his name on here is Hidden Royal. And it's saying about the Royal's house. So maybe he is a bit of a Mason. He does know quite a lot about stuff. So maybe he's right. And maybe it's all to do with Masonic Templar houses. I don't know. But I do find stuff like that interesting. Because I don't really get it. It's a bit unknown. And I like the unknown. I like the fact I don't know. And with all the sort of like emblems and stuff, it sort of does make sense. But the house itself originally was built in 1400. So it's like, is it this? Is it that? I'm not sure. You can decide. Avola Ben. I have no idea what that means. I've got no clue at all what any of that means. If somebody wants to translate it. It's not very focused, is it? Let's get it to focus. There we go, look. Right, have a look at that. Tell me what it says. Now, there was a document. I'm going to have to read this out as well because I can't remember it all. There's loads. There was a document that was written down, and apparently it was in Portuguese. It wasn't even in English. Oh, in Italian. So it says... One sec. So... The well-aired table, the tablecloth, the candles, glasses, the lustres laid out in a cup make everyone cheerful and sincere. 2, if a lunch, but the perfect ones, do you want to consume? With broth, capillete, so you have to start. 3, infirmary, you will also dissolve the laces with red ragout that covers the hats. What is this on about? Don't get up from the desco anymore. But the beauties is yet to come. She arrives, the great queen, that great dish that soothe all anguishes and salamina. That big one, that. Obviously not about me. All the anguishes, the salamina. Since the time of Messis Bugo, here is the Salma from Sugo. The Grand Duchess Renaissance of France, Volena et Crepacantia. 6, even if the lips are starving, you don't make them pantagruelesh. What? Because it's very royal food. Oh, royal. Maybe we're going back to the royal Freemason thing again. All very weird. There's some very weird things in this house. Like there was a polystyrene head, and I've just seen on here that somebody said it's something about a witch on there as well. Oh, the styrofoam head. It's not styrofoam. We're not Americans. Yeah, the writing said La Bruja, the witch. So there's some very odd items in there. Some really strange little bits that don't seem to make sense to anything. And there was a couple of comments on there as well that it could have potentially been a shop or like a meeting house and coffee room, and there's all sorts of ideas of what it could have been at some point, but there was some very random stuff in there. Yeah, look, they're keeping Jesus in the cupboard. They've got like a little shrine. It literally is as well, look. I'm sorry, Jesus. I didn't mean to do that. Now, quite a few of you liked my interaction with Jesus, knocking him off and then feeling sorry for him. Sorry, Jesus. Sorry, son. That means I'm God if I'm calling him son. Anyway, oh God, I'm going to get cancelled, aren't I? I'm going to be like John Lennon and the Beatles saying that I'm bigger than Jesus. But that's only like physically bigger. Anyway, but I get so easily sidetracked. I'm so sorry. But sometimes just don't think of what I'm saying as literally what I mean. So, for example, I was saying about the heart being like an electric heart or on fire. I know that it's not really. I know that it's the Sacred Heart or whatever. But sometimes I just like to make fun of stuff. I class myself as a Christian. I feel like if you're part of something, you can make fun of it. The same as I'm dyslexic, and I would make fun of dyslexic people because I'm one of them. It's sort of like one of those in-joke things. So don't take me too seriously with stuff. Yes, I know some people will take offence at it. If you take offence easily, you're probably in the wrong place. It's probably the wrong channel for you, because I do make fun of things. Same with going back to something totally different. The Wales, the ongoing Wales joke. I had somebody message the other day saying, I love your channel, but I can't subscribe because you hate Welsh people. I don't hate Welsh people. I don't even hate Wales. It's just a joke. It's an ongoing running joke that's just carried on for years and years. And it is what it is. The thing is, I'm from Yorkshire. And because of that, I make fun of people from down south because I'm a northerner. However, I then make fun of people in the north. So, like, the west of the country, so Manchester and all that. I make fun of them because they're not Yorkshire. But then, I am from Yorkshire, but I'll make fun of people from Leeds, from Rotherham, from Barnsley, from Doncaster, because they're not from Sheffield. But then if I'm talking about Sheffield, I'll make fun of people that live in the south of Sheffield. So it's all just banter. It's just fun. So don't take things too seriously, because sometimes I do get carried away with it. I do have a laugh with it, but people take me really seriously. And you shouldn't. You really shouldn't. Anyway. But yeah. Topolino. Did they call Mickey Mouse Topolino in other countries? Or am I just making that up? I know certain things they call different. Yeah, look. Topolino. Walt Disney's Topolino. Yeah, it's got to be, hasn't it? Next up is Mickey Mouse, or Topolino, as it's called on a lot of the books. Now, Topolino, apparently, it comes straight across from Baby Mouse, or Baby Boy Mouse, which is something I never realised. I'm guessing Topolina would be Baby Girl Mouse. Are you just having your tea now? He just waits till I start filming, and he's been laid down, not moving all this time. And the second I start talking, he starts eating. He's such a bad one for that. Anyway, yeah, that's where it comes from. Apparently, it was an Italian thing. That's what they called him over in Italy. Not really anywhere else. It's a bit strange, really. But, yeah, I never knew that either. Anyway, look. Let's do a bit of a zoom out again. Look at this. That looks so good. Oh, is that Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs? And that's Pinocchio. That's the Musketeers. Are they all... What's that? I don't know what that is. That could be like an Italian story. That looks like Father Christmas, St. Nicholas, because he's got a bag of toys, look. What we got? What's that? That could be any of the princesses, to be fair. And that's just some horses and a donkey. And then finally, just the beauty of the place, like the ceilings, the artwork, everything about the place. If you stripped it all back and looked at those bits, it was such a wonderful place. And the designs were so different from different eras as well. Like the artwork in the bedroom of all the different children, like the children's bedroom with the Three Musketeers and stuff, was fantastic. I absolutely loved it. But then some of the, still can't remember what it's called, Triop, whatever it's called, where it makes it look 3D and it's not. I can't remember what it's called though. But yeah, amazing artwork, fantastic place. I absolutely loved it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed exploring this one. It really, really did make me happy. In fact, you know what? I enjoyed all of the explores in Italy. You've got some bangers to come up. One that went up this Sunday is really, really good. Not many people have watched it though. I don't know why. It was an asylum in Italy that was fantastic, and there's not many people seen it. So if you've not seen that, get over and watch, and subscribe to the channel as well. Also, bit of news, I am about to appoint an editor, so you're going to start getting more videos coming up on Beeper Beef, the second channel. So keep an eye out for those. Make sure you subscribed. Get us up to 10,000 subscribers on that second channel, because I really want to kick that off this year and get out some cracking videos, some funny, adventure-y type videos. But anyway, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.